Phil Foden versus Jadon Sancho, who is better? For cheap, good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfifa.com, a link will be left in the description, and use code atlantisfootball for 5% off. So Phil Foden and Jadon Sancho are two of the brightest young attackers in world football at the moment. Both will be 21 by the end of the season and are now pushing themselves into the generational talent bracket. But which of the two is the better player? Well, in this video I'm going to not just be comparing the two statistically but also tactically and evaluating the best parts of each player's game. I will be doing more episodes in this versus series where I compare two players, so put some player comparisons I should do in the comment section below after you subscribe and like the video. So Phil Foden has been arguably one of Manchester City's most important players this season, behind maybe only Ruben Diaz, Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. When he first broke into the City team, I assumed he'd develop into a similar type of player to what Bernardo Silva and David Silva were, which is an advanced playmaker who would primarily play in one of those 3-8 positions in Guardiola's 4-3-3, or as a player ahead of the double pivot in a 4-2-3-1. However, as he's played more minutes, he's evolved into more of a traditional wide player, showcasing the acceleration and dribbling ability that is reminiscent of a young Ryan Giggs. Now Foden can be described as an inside forward who starts wide holding his width, usually from the left of Guardiola's 2-3-5 possession shape, and from here he's tasked with making diagonal runs in behind his fullback to receive a pass, breaking the opposition's back line or receiving the ball to feet and driving at his fullback to either get into a crossing position down the line or create a chance around the box. However, he has versatility which enables him to play on the right flank as well if needed, as a false 9 or even as an 8 in central midfield. Foden's dribbling ability is exceptional as he has the close ball control combined with the rapid acceleration that allows him to glide past defenders. Around the box, his vision and weight of pass is already top level, with an example being against PSG when he plays a 1-2 with De Bruyne before playing a sensational first time low cross across the 6-yard box to create the goal for Mahrez. And when it comes to shooting, he doesn't disappoint either, having the ability to drive a shot from outside or inside the box at pace as he did against Liverpool, or calmly slotting the ball past the keeper with a first time finish when receiving the ball quickly in the box. Jadon Sancho is a similar type of player but was always seen, by me at least, as a more natural wide player even when he was playing at City. I would also describe Sancho as an inside forward, and like Foden, he can play as a natural winger holding his width from either side, or he can be given the freedom to move inside into the half spaces. Sancho also has excellent vision and weight of pass around the box, which enables him to dribble with the ball at pace and then release a pass at the right time with the perfect weight on it, as he did against Gladbach at the start of the season, driving the attack forward from his own box and then creating a chance for Erling Haaland. He does differ to Foden when it comes to shooting. Whilst Foden is definitely better at driving shots at pace past the keeper, Sancho is better at opening up his body from the left side and using the inside of his foot to slot the ball past the keeper. Both players also have very good interplay both in the channels and around the box, with quick 1-2s and incisive passes to progress the ball forward. So we can see the similarities between both players stylistically, but how do they compare statistically? Well, with attacking midfielders there are a few main metrics of interest, and those are key passes, expected assists, non-penalty XG, non-penalty goals and dribbles completed, with the first two showcasing a player's ability to create chances for others, and the two XG metrics firstly showing how good a player is at creating chances for himself and then finishing those chances, and dribbles completed along with other metrics like passes into the box and passes into the final third show how good a player is regarding ball progression in the attack. So when it comes to chance creating metrics, I'd say that Sancho just about edges Foden, as he completes 3 key passes per 90 in the Bundesliga this season, ranking in 5th out of every player in the league, with Foden completing slightly lower with 2.1 per 90, ranking in 17th in the Premier League. Sancho also has a higher expected assist rate of 0.38 per 90, the 4th highest in the Bundesliga, with Foden recording an XG of 0.28 per 90, sitting in 10th in the league. In terms of ball progression, I also prefer Sancho. He completes more dribbles than Foden, currently with 3.3 per 90 ranking in 6th in the Bundesliga, compared to Foden's 2.1 per 90 ranking in 30th place in the Premier League. Sancho really excels when it comes to his incisive passing, however, with him being able to see and then play those sharp passes into the box, and we can see this season as he's completed the most passes into the penalty area of any player in the Bundesliga with 81, 14 ahead of second place Filip Kostic with 67 at the time of writing. Foden has made just 23 passes into the penalty area this season, and I would say that this shows a big difference in styles and the ability between the two players, which I will come on to later. But before I go on, I will be doing a tactical analysis of the Champions League final between Chelsea and Manchester City, so if you're interested in seeing that, subscribe to the channel, or if the video is already out, I'll leave it linked in the description and in the eye above. And also subscribe to my new non-football channel, I'll leave that linked in the description as well. I will be uploading content to that very soon. So obviously both players are playing in different leagues and different teams, so the comparison is a little disjointed, but Foden is at first place Manchester City, and Sancho is playing at third place Dortmund, so that probably evens things out slightly. When we analyse both players in terms of their goal scoring ability, things are much closer. Both players have a similar non-penalty XG rate, with Foden recording a rate of 0.32 per 90 and Sancho having a slightly lower rate with 0.25 per 90. Both players do overperform their XG, which is impressive, showcasing their finishing ability, with Foden scoring 8 non-penalty goals this season, an overperformance of 2.56, and Sancho hitting 7 non-penalty goals this season, scoring 1.19 more goals than expected, which shows that whilst Foden does have the edge statistically in this department, Sancho is also a very astute finisher. So overall, I would say that based on current ability, Sancho is a better player. He's been a top level attacker now for the last 3 seasons, but even this season alone, his interplay and attacking build-up, his ball progression, chance creation and goal scoring is top level, and Foden is approaching the same level as well. Foden is a much better dribbler in wide positions and generally has better off the ball movement when it comes to making runs in behind the back line, which does make him probably better suited to that wide role in Guardiola's 4-2-3-1 system. And you could probably also make the argument that Foden has produced this against a higher level of opponent. He's performed against the best in the world with games against PSG and even Liverpool throughout the last few seasons, proving that. But Sancho is at Dortmund, so hasn't had the same level of opportunities, which he will get next season if he makes a move to the Premier League, so you can't really hold that against him. Sancho is morphing into more of an Eden Hazard type of wide attacker, dropping into the half space, receiving the ball before driving forward and then looking to create. It's a tough one to decide, but both players are already at a top level at just 21, but in this versus battle, I think that Sancho just edges Foden, and hopefully Sancho makes a move to the Premier League soon, so that we can see both players develop in the same league against the same opposition. If you want to keep up to date with which videos I will be putting out, the best place to follow is my Twitter and my Instagram. On Instagram I'm going to be posting briefer pieces of analysis, maybe some key stats from different players, as well as in-game analysis which I will be tweeting out from my Twitter account. I've linked some videos I think you might find interesting in the description, such as the Chelsea-Manchester City Champions League final analysis, when that comes out, analysis of Manchester City against PSG in the semi-final, as well as analysis of the first leg of the Chelsea-Real Madrid semi-final. Also check out my most recent videos, like my thoughts and theory on Pochettino potentially returning to Tottenham, and my analysis of where things went wrong tactically for Manchester United in the Europa League final against Villarreal, and put your thoughts on Sancho versus Foden in the comment section below as well.